Assalamu alaikum. This is CL. I come to you live from the library. I'm reading a reference book entitled The Historical Encyclopedia of World Slavery, Volume 1. And on the section on the Islamic world, I'd like to read you something very interesting. The earliest written records of Babylon, Sumerians, and Egyptians attest that since human history began, slavery has existed in one form or another. It continued through the Greco-Roman period and is recognized and accepted in both the Old and New Testaments. Both of those texts often indicate a slave's basic humanity, suggesting that the Lord may look compassionately on any or all slave owners who heed the advice to treat their slaves justly. Both the Talmud and the Bible remind the Jewish people to treat slaves decently, since they themselves had been slaves in Egypt. Psalm 123 reminds slaveholders of God's mercy when they seek it and entreats them to similar action towards their slaves or servants. Despite later developments in Islamic history, the 7th century Muslim arrival introduced significant changes in the ancient institution of slavery, changes that had far-reaching effects. First, Muslims maintained the internal assumption of freedom of all humans under God. Slaves are not. According to the evolving Sharia, religious law, sought the eventual elimination of the institution by regulating the often harsh and callous pre-existing practices of the older societies that their forces conquered. The enslavement of free people by conquest or otherwise was strictly forbidden. Later practices of Muslim societies, like Africa's Songhai Empire and Eurasia's Ottoman Empire and other Islamic regions, were regarded as secular undertakings, not having justifiable religious prescriptions in the Quran. Extremely interesting a quote that we have here from the Encyclopedia on World Slavery. When people come to you with anti-Islamic talking points and they begin mouthing off all types of things that they want you to take as a fact, but they have no references. They are quoting anything, and they themselves are not experts or scholars on the subject that they're speaking of. The prudent person should not trust that. You should actually look into well-founded sources to see what the actual facts are. And again, we're taking this from the World Slavery, the Historical Encyclopedia of World Slavery, Volume 1. Thank you.